is one of the strangest stories that I've ever heard of with respect to sand dunes and how they behave. I think a lot of people are still sort of confused, at least my sense of it anyway, that people are still confused about actually how this could happen. Dunes by nature are not the kinds of things that just, collapse beneath you. If it was an avalanche kind of a situation where, the child had fallen into, he had sort of walked into a pre-existing hole, maybe one that had been dug previously by someone else, and then the sides of the hole collapsed, like an avalanche like you described, and buried him. That makes some sense. I've seen some descriptions that, the sand just sort of sunk beneath him, kind of like a sinkhole in Florida. You might have heard that story a few months ago about the sinkhole that swallowed that guy's bedroom while he was sleeping that night. That it would have been sort of like that. That would be highly unlikely. Because dunes they're sort of solid, not solid, but they're massive bodies of sand that don't naturally have holes and voids and things like that within them.
That's the strange part. It says an air pocket. I guess you can't imagine, as fine as that sand is, and it seems to me it's very fine and powdery too, that there would be an air pocket. And the park ranger there, Bruce Rowe, said they've never seen anything like it before. Now, having said that, he was in a roped-off area that was designated for a restoration kind of area, and they've been trying to restore the vegetation and plant life there. So maybe, I don't know, I'm speculating again, but without the plant life, there's not as much structure?
Yeah, no, that's the part of the story, quite frankly, that surprises me the most. I think you see it the same way, that there would have been an air pocket at depth in there. You're right. That sand is extremely fine-grained. It flows very easily. If you were to dig a hole, and I think a lot of people have done this too. If you would dig a hole into the side of the dune, and then the wall would collapse, it fills. The sand would flow into every crevasse and hole and pocket that would be in there. I don't really think that the vegetation that was being restored would really have anything to do with it, because you see that a lot throughout the dune systems along Lake Michigan. They're just trying to plant grass to stabilize the surface. That has no bearing, at least in my mind, about what's going on beneath the ground.